There we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to reach out to y'all today. Better late than never. I wanted to wanted to wish all my friends and all my subscribers uh, a happy Thanksgiving, man. I mean, sometimes we take what we have for granted, but this is a holiday that reminds us, that we should be happy for the things that we do have, and stop complaining about the shit that you don't, because it can always be worse, man. So I just want to tell everybody thank you for the subscribers, new and old across the board. I appreciate y'all coming listen to me ramble at times. This was a spur of the moment live. It was getting late, and I was like, man, I really didn't reach out to my subscribers today and tell them happy Thanksgiving. But what it's work, I just figured that I should do that. So there you have it. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope y'all didn't eat too much to where you felt like your stomach was about to fall out the crack of your ass. You just ate too much. It's just space that shit out, man. Have a little bit here, a little bit there. Take some home, have some in the morning, whatever works for you. I had a great Thanksgiving. It was a small gathering, just my immediate family. No second and third and fourth cousins, none of that type of stuff. It wasn't any of that. It was just a small gathering. You know, we said our blessings, we ate, and eventually went to sleep. you know. So yeah, right now I'm thinking about a round two. Like I'm thinking I might just go walk back over there by my people house and just go grab me a little something else. But hey, who knows? We'll deal with that when that time presents itself. But to everyone who's here, who's in the chat right now, I appreciate y'all being here. I'm once again, I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving, man. I hope y'all are in good health or whatnot. Hope that works out good for you. Okay, let me see who's in the chat right quick. Snug Williams, he says, "Happy Thanksgiving, bro. I enjoyed our talk today." Yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, my brother. Greg G, thanks for being here, man. Happy Turkey Day to you. What's up, Callaway player? I see you. I see you, man. Happy motherfucking Turkey Day. K Mac, what it do, player? Oh shit, Jackson Jeter. I see you, cousin. I see you, man. So I see you pop into the room, and I just have a couple of different thoughts going through my head. Yeah, I'm happy to see him, but who he gonna fuck with tonight? Who he gonna? I just don't know, bro. But it's always good to have you here, Jackson Jeter, bro. This is a spur of the moment live. I was sitting here and it just rang a bell in my head like, damn, OW, you didn't tell your people happy Thanksgiving. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? That's not right. So that's why I had came on tonight, and I just wanted to holler at y'all. But um I did come across another little piece of information that I did want to share with y'all. As of now, what I've been hearing from a couple of sources or whatnot, online, and on actually an article that I just read probably about 10 minutes ago, they're going back to doing COVID tests again for us fellas to enter Colombia. Um, so some people, it really probably doesn't matter. Y'all probably got that whole the COVID testing and the process and everything. Y'all got that shit on lock. All right, great. That's good to hear. But for those who are probably had problems with the COVID testing before, far as taking those COVID tests and getting there on time or whatnot, they're about to reintroduce that shit. So moving forward, if you have a ticket book going to Colombia or whatnot, just know you're gonna have to have that test, bro. And I mean, the last time when I did it, I actually did. Did I do it twice? How many times did I go to Colombia this year? I went to Colombia twice this year. Yeah, I went to Cartagena, and I just came back from Medellin. Yeah, that's right. I just got it, but I only took a test one time. So yeah, so moving forward, just be ready to take that test, brother. If I recall properly, I got my test taken. You got 96 hours from the time you get on the plane to you arrive there. So that's just the way it is. I mean, a lot of cats there right now, and they happy as a motherfucker because they down there for Thanksgiving and shit. And I talked to one dude, he like, man, bro, I made the cuddle, dub. I'm like, man, what you talking about, man? He said, man, I got in here for he started testing for this shit again. So I'm like, man, you bullshitting. He's like, yeah, man, they tested for COVID again. So from what I had read just now, it was like it was a controversial move anyway to allow like foreign nationals into the country without the testing process. So they're going back, to that platform of to gain entry, you have to have a negative testing, So just be prepared for that. I just want to let you guys know what's going on out there in Colombia moving forward. Um, Anybody that knows or been around me for like the past 2 years since I've been doing this YouTube thing and whatnot, they pretty much know that I'll travel most months of the year, but December, I don't go anywhere anyway. So with that being said, hopefully they're introducing this new quote unquote I say quarantine vaccine for the dirty 19 word. And hopefully, that'll help, as far as like getting the numbers down or whatnot, and maybe they'll change things up and they won't require you to have that test. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm not gonna be traveling again until 2021 anyway. So hopefully they'll get it together. But if y'all leaving out soon, hey man, don't act like old Dub ain't tell you. Get your ass ready to go get that test taken. Let them go stick that fucking stick up your nose and go hop your ass on that plane. But DR, it's still smooth sailing. You could walk in the DR backwards if you wanted to right now. They not worried about it. It's just and especially going into Bogota, they're gonna be all over that ass. So that's just a little heads up, fellas. Um, I will be doing a live with Richie Rich Saturday night or Saturday evening. I take that back. Saturday evening, Richie Rich is in Sasua, and he'll be going live on OW channel. I'll be interviewing him. He'll be here to give us all the juicy details about what's going on out there in Sasua. And I was actually privy to a little clip that I saw a few minutes ago. Woo! Yeah, that brother out there living his best life. I will say that. It's nothing that I could post here on YouTube, but hey, Rich is having a good time, trust me, and he's a survivor of COVID. I know the brother personally, me and him have gotten together on numerous occasions, and to see him out there having a good time in Dominican Republic right now, enjoying his life, or back up and running and on his feet, coming from a place to where at a point we thought we might have lost this brother, and to see him out there having a good time now, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what Thanksgiving is truly about, being thankful, and especially when you come that close to losing life, you don't know how precious and fragile life is. When you come that close, you have a new respect, a totally different new respect on life and in the time that you're giving. And it just makes you more grateful, to put it mildly. It makes you a lot more grateful for what you have going on. Just to put that out there. And me being that close to a brother like that and seeing what he went through, it makes me more grateful as well, because just like that was him laying up in that bed, that could have been me or somebody that was close to me, or fuck it, it could have been your child even. You just don't know, and I think a lot of people take life for granted. They take the things that they have for granted, but at the blink of an eye, brother, it could be gone, and for him to be here right now, he's out there enjoying himself. And I mean, I've talked to the brother a couple of times, and I could hear it in his voice and everything. He fucking happy, man. The brother is happy. That's what it's all about. You being happy. You sit there and you what's the word I'm looking for? You actually just dwell on things and what other people think and say about you. It's not worth it, man, because your time is short here and nothing is guaranteed. So then make your next move be the best move, and make sure it's the move that you want to do, not what the motherfucker in the world around you think you should be doing. So with that being said, to wrap all this up and bring it back home, happy Thanksgiving. COVID tests are on and popping again in Colombia. And be thankful for what you have and stop crying about what you don't have. And Richard Rich will be live on OW channel on Saturday. I think I'm gonna put it out and make a banner for it either tonight or tomorrow. But Richard Rich will be here live on Saturday. We're doing the show, and he gonna have up to the minute details about what's going on out there and his trips and requirements. And we have a list of questions and whatnot. And more than likely, I'm gonna open up the panel. So if fellas want to come on and actually talk to Richard Rich themselves, y'all be more than welcome to do that. And with that being said, y'all have a good night. I'm about to stroll through this right quick before I get up out of here, man. Give y'all a shout out. Greg G, shout out to Greg G. Thanks for having you here. Big D, thank you for stopping by. Callaway, thanks for stopping by, man. K-Mac, good to see you, Playboy. Big Mike International, what up, man? It's always good to see you, Big Mike, man. That's a brother right there. He has a wealth of information and wealth of knowledge as well. He's a well-known, well-traveled brother. Always good to have you here, Big Mike. Roll Tide. What's up with you, Roll Tide? K-Mac, I heard you're gonna get that corona shot before the airlines. God let me on the plane. Yeah, man, I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that too. I've been hearing little flickers about that here and there. K-Mac, they say they're not gonna allow you on the flight unless you take their vaccine, you know. That's kind of like force feeding shit down somebody's throat, you know. I don't know how far that's gonna go, but you know, it's just talk right now. You know, they're trying to see who just gonna comply without with a lot of pushback, you know, because trust me, there's gonna be some people with some pushback with that shit, believe in me. I met Richard the Dan Sassoon. I'm back in Santiago now. That's what's up, George, 2003, man. So I guess you saw you had that old Chester cat smile from ear to ear on his face. I'm glad you got to meet the brother in person, you know. Sometimes, you know, we hear people on YouTube, we hear their personality, we hear them talking on YouTube, and it's like you have an idea who that person is, but when you actually meet a person in person, you get a real feel about that person's personality and who they really are. Because sometimes I'll be honest with you, they'll be night and day. They'll be putting on the show, but how Rich he is on YouTube, that's how he is in person. He's a solid fucking brother, I tell you that. K-Mac said, I heard you're gonna have to get the corona. Oh, my bad. I think I read that one already. Jackson Jeter. Yep, that's right. That's right, Jackson Jeter. Good to see you. K-Mac, wherever you come out to a public, wear your mask. Yeah, you should, man. I mean, look, when this shit first started happening, a lot of people were saying, K-Mac, oh, I don't believe in that shit. It ain't real, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's a host or whatever. Fast forward 5 months later, those same people done lost an auntie. They done lost a close friend. They done lost a coworker. You know, it's getting to the point right now to everybody that's in my general, you know, vicinity. Everyone, even in the chat, everybody in here pretty much knows somebody who was either affected by this pandemic or actually lost their life due to this pandemic. I don't have enough fingers to count how many people that I know personally died from this. You know, not pre-existing conditions, maybe not, whatever. You know, all it pretty much did was exacerbate what was already there. But still, though, man, that shit hurried these people along, life along up out of here. They should have had more time here. But due to this virus, whatever you want to call it, it took them out early, man. So it's real. So, I mean, you should do and take every precaution that you possibly can to give you more time here, you know, unless you're just ready to go. And if you are, there's a couple of bridges out here that you can go use and save us taxpayers some fucking money, is get your shit over with. But I didn't tell you to kill yourself. I just offered you some help. Okay, Grego 712, man, what's happening with you, Grego, man? I appreciate your player. Did they give the date that it goes back into effect? Well, to be honest with you, when I was reading, I think it goes into effect this week coming up. I gotta go back and read it. It's because it starts December something. I mean, I saw it. The paper was done not December, November. It was put out on November 26th, so 28th. So I'm gonna, if I was a gambling man, I would say earlier December 1st, maybe sooner. To be honest with you, yeah. So just be on the lookout for that shit, bro. You know, and either way it goes, just by you having that knowledge, I would take the test anyway. Because like I said before in the earlier vlog, you need to have that test to get back out too. So you need it going in and out. So I don't know how they're gonna do that with people who are already there or whatnot, but dog, don't even risk it over there with them. Because when they get serious, they mean that shit. You know, they just mean that shit. So just be aware, you know. Coasty, man, what's up, Coasty, bro? Good to see you again, brother. OW, looking to require 14-day quarantine also. They're trying to have that on top of the negative test. Oh, no, 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 no. Big Mike International. They do that, I will not be going to Colombia this year. They can forget about it. 2021, I'm gonna scratch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be setting up motherfucking shop in DR, far away from Sasua. Yes, that's right. I said it. Far, far the fuck away from Sasua. Yeah, if that happens, yeah. But 14-day quarantine, man, that's kind of tight, man. I could see the 96-hour test, but the 14 on top of that, they may as well just close the country back down. And I mean, the reason why they opened it back up anyway in the first place, Big Mike, from my understanding, even when I was there, tourism was suffering, and people were suffering. Like, um, they're not as dependent as DR is per se, in my opinion, when it comes down to tourism. But those tourists actually add a big injection into the economy. And a lot of those places around Parque Yaris and all that shit closed the fuck down, and they don't know when they're gonna open back up. I think that would do more harm than good from an economic standpoint, of course, as far as their business and whatnot, as far as getting that tourist dollar back in there, telling people, okay, you got to quarantine for 14 days. That means at a minimum, when you book your flight, you would have to stay there at least 17 days just getting warmed up, 17 days, because you're going to be in your hotel room for 14. I don't think people are going to sleep with that idea too well. But hey, who knows, who knows, I'm not going to say what they won't do and what they will do, but I know what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't pay 14 days in an Airbnb, and I'd be basically planning to be incarcerated. There's plenty of jails in New Orleans for Negroes right fucking here. I'm not going to pay somebody to incarcerate me for 14 days and deliver me rappy, and I can't get my girlfriend to come over there, because if she come over there, they're going to lock her in the house, and she got a little boy she got to go home and see. It's just a whole bunch of bullshit. Nah, I wouldn't do it. But Big Mike, I will look into that. I'm glad that you introduced that, my brother, because that be some fucked up shit. Real. A lot of people died who did not have to thank that number 45. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ain't cool. I'm going back December and January. Hey, Grego, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Look, just keep your nose open, bro. Keep your eyes, what's going on around you, whatnot, man. See if any new information comes back out about this. If they're gonna add new restrictions to it. At first, they were thinking about doing a pica de cedula, and that goes by the last numbers of your ID, And now they talking about, well, we just gonna go back to the testing. If you don't got your test, we gonna turn your ass back around, So we shall see. But I will say this: when I was there a month ago, well, a month and a half ago, right now, the people out there, they definitely they're going through it. Without tourism, not the tourism money being injected into the economy, the people are really going through it, man. It's not a great situation, to be honest with you. And I just read something tonight. I'm supposed to have been off here 5 minutes ago. It's supposed to be a quick, but I'm just gonna tell you a quick story I just read, right? Okay, I'm in this Facebook group, right? And this white guy, he made a post, and he said today at 4 p.m. in one of the more upper tier neighborhoods, I think it's like a zona 6 or whatnot. It's in Poblado. Make a long story short, at 4 p.m. Okay, and he has the picture. If I was on my fucking computer, I swear I would show y'all the picture. The white boy on there, he got 2 fucking eggs. He got 2 Easter eggs growing out the top of his fucking head. Real shit. All right. Now, say white boy. The Caucasian was around, I'm gonna give it from how he looked, they age like fucking milk. I'm gonna say he was probably around 60 years old, 60. He was in his early 60s or late 50s or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And he had 2 lumps growing out the top of his head. Well, to make a long story short, at 4 p.m., broad daylight, busy intersection, some Pisces pulled up on a motorcycle. They got off the motorcycle and they brandished firearms. Okay. At this point, I guess your boy had a flashback to, some Charles Bronson days, Death Wish Part 4. And he thought he was Charles Bronson. And he decided to tussle with these people. And I'm looking at this man and I'm like, bruh, you 60 some odd years old. The guys that hopped off the bike, I can imagine maybe 25 years old. They're young, all right, young scrapping men, all right. I respect the hustle. I respect you know you standing your ground and wanting to fight for your shit. But these people, all they wanted off of him was a watch, all right. So they attacked the man for his watch. He fought them valiantly, obviously, because the guy who brandished the firearm took the back of the pistol and clucked him in his head 3 times. He had 3 lumps and 2 eggs. He had 3 lumps and 2 eggs. You can see the 2 eggs growing out his head on the side. And you can see where the last lump, that's probably when he was going down, it just scraped him, like it just scraped his head a little bit. But you can see he got a good shot off on him there. That was sent him to the ground. So after they pistol whipped the Caucasian, they then proceeded to remove his watch from his wrist. They got back on the bike and they rode off. What have we learned? Okay, some people value, first thing that we learned, that some common sense isn't common for everyone. Okay, some people value material trinkets, I like to call them nigger trinkets, more than their lives. Okay, there's no way on God's green earth, whether I be here, whether I'm in the NO, whether I'm in Brazil, whether I'm in DR, whether I'm in Colombia, whether I'm in Panama, whether I'm in motherfucking Cuba, if someone up the Ruger on me, you got me. Checkmate. What do you want? Give it to them. There's no way I will engage in a fist fight with somebody who has a gun drawn down on me. It's not brave. It's not harrowing. It's not some fucking feel good story that you could tell your grandkids. When you in your rocking chair on your way up out this motherfucker. No, it sounds stupid. Somebody brandishes a firearm on you. You don't have one. You're 60 years old or you're 16 years old, and they ask for a fucking watch that probably costs what, maybe $500 or $600. I don't care how much the watch costs. If it was $6,000, it's not worth your life. All right. So just a lesson. You're traveling to these countries. It's December right now. It's another reason why I don't travel out the country in December, because crime spikes. I mean, crime spikes everywhere. People, some of these fucking holidays, bro, they just put so much demand on people for materialistic things. Nigga trinkets, people out here doing all kind of shit. It's bad enough you got to worry about keeping a roof over your head, food, water, and basic necessities. Now you got pussy pressing you to buy all this shit, and if you don't get it, then you don't love me type shit. So you got people risking their life to buy shit and buy toys and little fucking shit that's gonna be broke maybe 2 or 3 fucking months from now for these little badass kids you got, all for the sake of Christmas. And if you don't do it, use a piece of shit. Come on, man. And that's why you have people out here that's doing this type of shit right now, engaging in these felonious activities to get gifts to supposedly uh, show my love or whatever the fuck. But anyway, that's another reason why I don't travel during the holidays. I'm like, man, look, y'all have at it. Y'all go ahead on and kill up and beat up each other for this fucking white man's house. They won't say that. Damn. What's the word I want to look for? I didn't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I don't want to make shit sound racial, especially because other reasons. But anyway, for this retail holiday. So that's all it is. It's a freaking retail holiday. You know, so with that being said, whatever you have, if you go to these countries right now, you're traveling during the holidays, people are hard pressed to provide these things. Brother, don't risk your life for a watch, for a phone, for a necklace. That's why when brothers be telling me, I had this question asked me before on a live. A guy asked me this shit. Oh, well, I'm going to such and such part of Colombia or whatnot. OW, can I wear a suit? Can I wear my necklace? I got my gold chains and shit. I'm like, bruh, the rules are completely different out there. When you leave here, you leave all that shit here. I mean, you could pretty much be a backpacker. If you got a couple of pesos and you know some Spanish, cousin, you'd be just fine. You don't need all that shit. That's the reason why really my mind and my goal is to get up out this motherfucker, because I could live a good life without all that number one stunner shit. And, just, I was all, I don't, I just don't see the point in all that. I did all that shit when I was younger, but that's to walk around with $4,000 chains around my neck and all this type of shit. Rich other people in the YouTube spaces would be like, "Oh, you're just fucking poor. That's why you say that shit." Nah, not really. Because I feel like I'm getting all this shit to impress a bunch of motherfuckers who don't even know me or probably don't like me anyway. I'm spending thousands of dollars to impress somebody who's broke. I mean, just saying that shit sounds crazy. But to some people, it makes good sense. I'm not knocking it. If that's what you want to do with your life, spend money to impress other people, go right the fuck ahead. I'm not knocking it. But my point of that is you don't have to go there and do that. You become a target. You will be robbed. You will get eggs, Easter eggs growing out your head, like this Caucasian I was talking about. If I was on my computer, I'll show y'all a picture of him. It's a sad sight to see. And just that's fucked up. I'm laughing. Don't y'all go out there and have Easter eggs growing out y'all forehead. Just the moral of that story. So, with that being said, I'm gonna bring this to an end. Blessings to all. Um, And tomorrow, like I said, not tomorrow, tomorrow's Friday. Saturday, me and Rich will be going live. I want y'all to come stop back in and give us a holler. And I appreciate it. And Rashard, thanks for stopping by, Kim Padmore. Now, before y'all leave out, y'all in here right now, I appreciate it. If y'all go hit that like button for me right quick, I really appreciate it. I do my little thing when I can for the brother, man. A quick like will be greatly appreciated. Grego, thanks for stopping by. Kim Padmore, stopping by. K-Mac, let me see what K-Mac has said. I was looking at a King Locker today. He said he had a situation happen to him in Santo Domingo. He would discuss it tomorrow. Yeah, man. People getting desperate, man. People get holidays, bro. It's just attitude, bro. That's why to me, bro, it's bittersweet for me with holidays. Like Thanksgiving, I could understand that. Yeah, I'm okay with it. But like my most disliked holidays, is something I really don't like to disclose. I too much don't care for Christmas. I feel like it's for kids, to be honest with you. But society, especially in the Matrix, is really more for another reason to buy people shit, you know. And demands are placed on people who are already in a tough situation. Now, if you're rich or whatever, you got a good job, you're making six figures, whatever, but everybody's situation not like that. Think about how many people make six figures. What, 10% of Americans make that much money, give or take, and you go to breaking that shit down in racial sectors, it's worse than that, in your particular racial group or whatnot, your ethnic background, and no thanks. I don't need that pressure on me, whatever. You know what I'm saying? K-Mac say I don't travel during the holidays. Well, goody for you, K-Mac. Join the crowd. Because ever since I've been traveling, when I started 2 years ago, even when I went to Brazil in September. I went somewhere else in October. November, I went to Colombia. In December and January, I stayed my ass home. I don't even want to be out there. It is what it is. All right. Jackson Jeter, same to you, bro. Yeah, you're right. Jackson Jeter said, I'm about to Google old Easter egg head nigga and see what pop up. Jackson Jeter, I'm telling you, bro, the boy had two Easter eggs growing out the side of his head, dog. This shit wasn't even funny, but well, it's funny now because I'm talking about when I first seen it though, and how he was looking on there, and like, bro, I was saying to myself, like, damn, cousin, you more man than me. If they'd have lumped me up like that, first of all, I damn sure wouldn't have told nobody. Second of all, I damn sure wouldn't took a picture of that shit for y'all niggas to see this shit on motherfucking Facebook. You heard me? He was wearing them fucking lumps like a badge of honor. Like, yeah, I fought them back and they lumped me up, but I stood my ground. I'm still a man. So I'm like, damn, cousin, they could have slid that knife off on you. Your boy could have let that Ruger ring on your bitch ass. And you really would have been in a fucked up situation. You heard me? You'd have been out there laid up in the hospital. The hospitals are already overwhelmed out there in Colombia anyway. So you'd have been in a situation, you'd have been dealing with healthcare workers that's probably overwhelmed, overworked, maybe frustrated, and you coming in there with your bullet wounds or whatever, they done lit your ass up out there. You may have not been seen right the fuck away. It's just too many. It's too many negatives going into that situation to fight over a watch, is all I'm saying. But to each his own. But fellas, I appreciate y'all being here tonight. Once again, hit that like button. I'm glad that all of y'all are here. I'm glad y'all stopped by and said hi to OW. And I look forward to seeing y'all Saturday night. And remember, if you're going to Colombia, get that COVID test ready, cousin, because they ain't gonna let your ass in without it. Back to the bricks, player. But thanks again, man. Y'all take care tonight. Peace.